of today's meeting is going to be primarily about the trash services that we've unrolled at encampments across the city. We basically want to get your feedback on what you've heard about the encampments thus far and your ideas of what you would like to see in terms of trash services in the future. Right now, trash services are only available at 2 different encampments. We're hoping to expand these services to other ones later on down the road as we've kind of developed those best practices, which we actually hope to develop in meetings like these. So, I know some folks are wondering, no, the mayor is not going to be at this particular meeting, and we don't expect him to attend most working group meetings. He will be dropping by in a few. But he will also be doing outreach at encampments every single week. He'll actually be visiting the one tomorrow at noon at 22nd and Stout. So he will be in the community, and us, the homeless team, we will also be in the community throughout the week, all the time. So we will definitely be seeing more of this. And
is he going to let everyone know at 22nd and Stout that he has absolutely no housing?
He's going to address all their needs, so he will be speaking.
Okay.
That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow at noon, yes.
And if y'all move these rocks and so they can cut these weeds, then these field miles will not be out there.
Understood. I actually think that, we'll get confirmation on that, but I actually think that might be part of the plan. Obviously, the city did not put those rocks down. Those were put down by folks in the community, and I believe some form of mitigation is part of the plan over there.
So over
we
that,
can confirm that.
They also told me that the rat problem is also coming from the building that's how do I say
Abandoned.
Yeah, the abandoned building. They say there's like hundreds and hundreds of rats. So it's that building and also the sewage system and the tunnels over there. So you have to look at that, and that's not something that was caused by those individuals. There are rats all over the city. All over the city.
because I lived there.
Yes, I seen them.
I lived
They're
right
cool.
there.
By,
I used to live right there.
what are they, sewage rats? Because we have wood rats in the country. I don't know if they sewage rats, but I seen them.
So, folks, we will get into that briefly. I just want to real quick kind of focus on what we're doing here. This working group we hope to have active throughout the rest of the next 6-month period. And like I said, we will be meeting every single week. I know that Wednesday is not a very great day, at least not this late, for unhoused folks. So we do want to change that time. We will be looking to have this meeting again next week at 1:30 on Wednesday, if that works for all of you. I know there's no contest at hand. If that's up to you, we would like to
consistent
keep it here because I think it would be nice and consistent place.
So Sterling, I just want to mention, I serve the camps that are in South Denver, and they're a lot different than the camps that are downtown.
Right.
And so this is great, and I'm glad to be here and part of this. But I would like to maybe consider the idea of moving this meeting to different locations.
Sure.
Because geographically, it makes a difference. The camps are different.
I wonder if we could come up with like 2 or 3 or 4 locations and just create some kind of rotational schedule, but we need something to be predictable. We don't just want to be popping around different places.
Great idea. Great idea.
So what I think would be good, you all have my email. If you guys could just send over your ideas on where we can post these, and then we can just do a rotation every single week, that would probably be the best bet. But right now, before we get into our trash service update and kind of our discussions around that, I'm going to turn the floor over to Cole, who will give you an update on the goings-on at 22nd.
No, sir, could you just introduce yourself for those who don't
know? Yes. I've seen a lot of you, but some of you don't know me. My name's Sterling Sims. I'm the operations coordinator for the Housing Valley.
So can we actually all do introductions just really quickly? So I'm Cole Chandler. I'm also with the mayor's office.
Chris Jedred, I'm homeless.
Karen Starro, activist. Boulevard, I'm with Mutual Aid Monday. Miller, Mutual Aid Monday.
Noah Kaplan, I'm with Artist Protector. Mary Bird, I'm with Aaron, also with Denver. I'm also with
On the road with House Keys Action Network, Denver.
Michael Kennedy, Johnston.
Kevin Raleigh, I'm with
Amy Beck, I'm an activist.
Eddie McNulty, I'm a civil rights
practice with host also.
Kevin Campbell from Louisiana, motivational speaker, diesel mechanic. I partner with Denver Action Network. What's the name of it? Denver Action Network. Yes.com. I partnership with their organization.
Therese with House News Action Network Denver again.
Marie, my husband, my husband Mike, Tim.
My only question to you why is it that my wife applied for housing 2 years ago, but yet we're still on the street? 2 years ago. Literally. And she applied with 2 different places.
Several times.
Can you hold the mic so I can get your audio?
Literally, several times.
That's my only question.
I'm
To you guys,
53.
if you want questions.
Let's try.
53 years old. Literally, I'm fine and everything. I'm injured. Yet,
Yeah, and she's disabled. She hasn't walked in.
They're gonna be alright, man. They're gonna be alright.
literally.
They're gonna be alright. Yeah, I understand.
You guys asked me to ask a question. That's why I came over here.
But
to ask a
I'm gonna
question
tell you,
for my
yeah,
wife.
in New Orleans, the housing list 5 years
Been in
long.
New Orleans. I'm from Lake
Yeah,
Charles, brother.
yeah.
I got family in Baton Rouge.
Yeah,
Come
it's
on
hard.
now,
Yeah, I
dude.
know. I said 2 years, but by New Orleans, the list 5 years long. It's people that were there 4 years before I came.
We're not in.
Yeah, I know you in Denver. They got, that's him. They got more help than us.
Get my birth certificate.
They got more help than us. Yeah, they attack them.
Frostbite. She's had now her other leg is almost broken
Like literally.
because she's out here.
So
Thank
I hope
you,
you can
man.
connect with some of the outreach teams that are here today and just get to
I'm sorry. You guys
You got the right to hurt. You got the right to hurt.
I can't get my fucking birth certificate.
Stop it.
Why?
Okay. Okay.
Gonna be alright. Talk to him.
Alright.
Why?
Thank you. That's all I needed to ask.
Why?
we want you to have housing.
Like literally.
We hope to connect with you about that.
That's all I needed to ask.
Brian Loma, organizer.
We've got Mark back there.
Hi, Mark. Yeah, we're just a quick intro.
Hi, my name is Kenneth, and I live in a tent right now. And it's to see all the different
Alright guys, so I just wanted to quickly address 22nd and South, which is not a fun thing to address at all. I think many of you know me and know the kind of work that I've done over the years. I think for me, kind of stepping into this position that I'm in is, typically sort of the outreach component, enforcement component, there's just no conversation between the two, and I think it makes it difficult to bring about transformative outcomes. I'm trying to step into the middle of that and try to do things to measurably make life better for folks on the streets by bringing some components of that conversation together in this role. And I think hopefully you've seen some evidence of ways that we have delivered on that. There's been no sweeps to date since the 17th, but we do know that that is going to change on Friday. And so part of what we also wanted to bring is just transparency about that process. So we sent out that letter to community partners, to advocates, to folks on this list, just to let you know that that was happening. The situation every single day, obviously, there's camps that are being evaluated. They're looking at public health, they're looking at crime and legitimate crime problems like people like folks with guns and things like that. They're also looking at drug issues, they're looking at private property, they're looking at right-of-way. So these things are being looked at and assessed every single day. My view of kind of how things happened in the past was that we would go through that assessment, and then the intervention that was always chosen was just to close the camp rather than to try other things to prevent the camp from having to be closed. And so, when we showed up, sort of standard operating procedure was 3 to 4 days a week, the camp was being posted, 3 to 4 days a week, the camp was being swept. And so we have tried to reevaluate that system, and we're trying to do some more things upstream to prevent ourselves from getting to a day where a camp closes. So one example of that is, the trash services that we've piloted at a very small scale, but are looking to expand. We are also actively having conversations in the Emergency Operations Center about deploying bathrooms, about deploying hand washing stations. So these are conversations that are actively underway, and I hope to have progress to report on in the coming weeks. But with this situation, basically, it just got to the point where, because of the rats, it was a public health challenge, and so it needed to be closed. I'll say that when that decision was made, I just want you to know, the mayor came down to the Emergency Operations Center and said to the whole team across agencies, what can we do to make this different? What can we do to make it more human? And so there are some design elements of the way this happened that we intended to follow that instruction and vision. And so one of those was just the letter that we sent out to you all for transparency's sake. Another was that the 7-day posting is not required for a public health closure. We chose to do that, and we'll continue to choose to do that each and every time, just for the sake of honest communication and allowing people to prepare. We also, in addition to the 7-day posting, which some elements of that are required by the Lyle settlement, we wanted something that also was a little bit more human, and so we actually basically put a letter together that DDPHE handed out to folks. And so not only did the posting happen, but a letter was circulated to let people know, hey, we're in the midst of this initiative, try to house 1,000 people. This isn't the thing we want to be doing, but this is where we are and this is why, and just trying to have some open and honest conversation about that.
How may we obtain, sorry to cut you off, but before we get too far from the point, a copy of that?
We'll get you on the email list and we'll distribute it.
Thank you.
And then the other piece is just an outreach focused approach over the 7 days during the posting. So Headwaters was out there on Sunday. Very grateful to those guys for showing up and doing some trash collection. And we got good feedback from folks in the camp that said, hey, it was nice to not have the city be the first face that showed up here. Headwaters was a trusted community partner, was able to pick up a ton of trash that day and delivered it to a Dottie landfill station. And then throughout this week, there's been outreach from host teams, as well as there has been the mobile wellness Winnie showing up. We know that doesn't do what we want it to do. Like, we don't want camps to be closed until housing is available. We want to directly align housing units to people in encampments. That's the goal that we're working towards. We don't have those housing units online yet. There will be a reduced number of sweeps during this time period, but we also, I can't stand here and say that there won't be any. And so we are, doing everything we can to directly align housing resources. I'm not trying to say at all that we think people from that camp are going into housing. And so I just want to make that clear. That's not what we said. That's not what we're trying to say. We want that future, but that's just not where we are today. And so I do not believe that housing assessments equal housing. I just want to make that clear. But connection to outreach is a step towards getting access to a housing unit. And so there is that process that's unfolding. The mayor's hope is that through some more upstream preventative efforts, we can keep people in the places that they are. We can help places be supported. We can help places be safe. We can help places be on a track to placement into housing. And so we hate that is being disrupted in that site. But I just wanted to be open and transparent about that, and happy to take a few questions and some time that we have. But I also want to spend some time working.
Okay, I'm gonna go quick. I'm gonna go quick.
Thing, so I want to make sure we don't spend all our time here.
But I think Andy was probably before me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
I
out.
just want to mention this week
I'm
have
gonna go out
not
to you.
stopped. So Parks is still sweeping. So they're on a 24-hour schedule. So they've been sweeping in the middle of the night from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m.
Okay.
So if you can check on that, that would be great. Also, the sweeps have not stopped with RVs. And so I know at least a dozen RVs that were posted over in District 4, DPD District 4, on Friday last week. And so those folks are expected to...
What is it? What's wrong? Whoa, hold on. Man, you better ride out, player.
So when you say sweeps have stopped, can you stop this?
That's the devil, eh?
Also,
We'll look into this for sure.
thank you. conversation around RVs.
Thanks. I'm not good at stack.
Somebody's got to check.
Will you do it, Sterling? Who is next?
Who's next?
Okay, I monitor the Denver Rescue Mission on Lawrence, and they have a number of 90 people from all over show up every day. They are running out of room space. They ship out 3 charter buses at the end of the day at 7 o'clock, and there still be people lined up sleeping on all down the street. What is the best solution? I heard about y'all tiny homes, and I heard about the camp tent farms.
Sure.
Something needs to come up quickly.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what we're working on. So the strategy that we're working to deploy, basically it has 5 major components, and so the first component is about outreach, and it's about this encampment decommissioning model, encampment resolution model that we're trying to get people directly from encampments into housing. So that's kind of the first sort of foundational element, and then we're sort of filtering down from there, leveraging available housing resources, trying to expedite hotel processes. We had a hotel acquisition take place. There's others that are in the pipeline. We're trying to do everything we can to bring those forward. The next piece is the micro communities piece, so we're working on creating additional tiny home villages as well, and so that's all part of the picture that we're trying to put together, but today we don't have those housing units ready.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Can I ask you to highlight where SOS encampments lay in that? Obviously, the city's had some time to plan additional locations.
So it's how I can get your idea.
And, I, for one, would like to see these people who are being moved offered a tent spot at minimum.
Yes.
So we did look into the SOS sites to kind of assess their capacity and see if they have opportunity to offer placements. What we heard was that there's some available ADA units, and so we're kind of looking into that, but it's very minimal. In terms of your question about kind of what we're focused on scaling right now, we're actually more focused on the tiny homes model than the safe outdoor space model, partly just because it's a roof and a door in a different kind of way. And so there may be some safe outdoor spaces that expand, but more than likely the expansion will be on the tiny home villages.
Okay, I have 2 that actually have to do more with Scout and trash service.
Okay.
First, we were out today at both camps that you guys are already doing trash service, and for one, everybody I talked to was really psyched about it, but there's still a lot of people didn't know about it.
Got it.
But one of the main questions also I was getting is still about the sweeps. Is there a way you guys could give us activists a form, like a letter or something that has got the actual correct information to be giving out to these people, because they're asking me, are they sweeping? I've heard they're not sweeping. Are they sweeping? So they have no idea what's going on. And then some of the people originally, before you even started trash service, were so worried when I even mentioned the word trash service that they thought it meant they were going to be displaced. I'm like, no. Second, when you sweep, you need to be tearing them fences down after 2 hours. Because every sweep under Hancock, you leave the fences up. It's an ADA hazard, it's a pain in the ass, it just looks like shit in visual, but they need to be starting to come down completely, because my brother is in a wheelchair and he's had to literally pop out in the middle of the street just to get around the fences that are up for 3-4 weeks after a camp has been long swept and clear. That's where those rats are partially going from. You got rocks in the middle, then fenced around, covered in weeds, and just full of garbage. So
I will do my best to respond to some different elements of that. I also want to shout out Councilman Kirby and Lewis, who are here. Thank you so much for being here for the conversation. And so to take a couple things, I heard clear communication, information that can be provided.
Yeah,
That
something
is
we can
something
print
that
out and
people all
hand
across
out.
the community are expressing, and so I think a way that we can even communicate with our in-house neighbors through some kind of handout about this initiative would be great, and so I think that's something that we can definitely work on. Thank you for
If I could just clarify what I was
highlighting that.
specifically related to sweeps. Should I
So-
be expecting to be swept or not? Under what
Yeah,
conditions or not?
because that's what they want to know is what is it? Because there's rumors that they're just stopping the sweeps
Yeah.
and all of that, and they want like concise info, like because I don't know how to exactly explain it to them myself.
Exactly.
So that is something that could be very helpful for the community and for us to have to be able to print out and hand out as we're doing outreach.
Yeah. So we will work on that for sure. And then in terms of the fencing, so I know that this was a request in the document that Han put together and sent over to Mayor Johnston's team prior to the inauguration around fencing just not being involved in the sweeps whatsoever. So I'll say that's something that's being looked into. This particular situation is a public health situation, and so after it is closed, the fence will actually stay up here because there's like pest abatement that's going to happen, and I think maybe even something with the rocks is going to take place. So I just want to be clear, the fence is going to stay up there, but the fence is staying up long term is a problem, and it's not just for unhoused folks. Actually, people in neighborhoods complain about that because the right of way is blocked, the sideway's blocked, it looks like shit, and so we are going to be looking into that too. So we've heard that, and it's something that is a part of, right now in the Emergency Operations Center, there are multiple meetings every day dedicated to how do we reimagine and recreate this entire system, and all of these parts of that conversation are flowing into there.
Anyways,
Sorry. So I had Shay, and then you, and then me, and then
Yeah.
Angel, and then Jerry.
well,
Hello, Mr.
Anyways.
Chandler.
Sorry,
Pleasure to meet you. My name is Shayna, but my friends can call me Shay. I want to begin by saying that I did lose my job in the end because I refused to recant my support of law enforcement and of service providers. So know that what I'm saying to you now will not be empty. Are you aware of a saying called the fox watching the hen house? That's how many folks feel about you. This is just my first time meeting you, so I don't want to get off on the wrong foot, but I have many concerns about you being the housing czar in the mayor's cabinet when, though you no longer run CBC, I have been there for 2 months, and you would not believe what I have seen on that property. How is it, Cole, that I was the victim of an assault, and I followed CDC's trauma-informed no police on site policy, and it fumbled the entire investigation because I went by policies I imagine you helped implement before you moved on. That's where the concern about the fox watching the hen house comes from. I went out of my way to walk to the police station. Instead of bringing them there, they videotaped, took photographs in the lobby of my injuries, and then the staff refused to cooperate with the detective when he phoned. And now I'm being asked to move, and that's a completely different civil action. I don't know how this could be happening. I want to believe in you so much, but I just don't know right now. I'll have to give you some time, but what is happening is not okay, and it's more than about me. If I am unable to continue to stay there, I did file my answer to the complaint today, so we'll have to see what happens. But I'm concerned about people who come after me, Mr. Chandler. I'm hardly able to deal with this. I'm drug-free, and I'm very forward-thinking and forward motion, and I can hardly deal with this. I worry about people like her. She wouldn't have been able to handle it at all. She would have probably just, please don't hurt me, and been evicted without any recourse, and I